and welcome to Rob Ukulele, and in this episode on techniques I'm going to be focusing on that dampening technique I was just playing, and I'm going to break that down and show you exactly how to do that. It's something I get asked about quite often, people saying, how do you kind of produce that sound? And it is a fantastic technique because it really opens up the style of music you can play and really kind of increases your kit bag of rhythm techniques. So let me go break that down first of all, and it's all in the rhythm hand technique is the way to achieve that. You don't really need to do anything with your fretting hand, although there are dampening techniques that I'll cover in another lesson regarding that, particularly when you're playing things like kind of reggae and ska, etc. But for this particular technique, what we've got to look at doing is kind of reassessing how we use our strumming hand to achieve the sound. So the first bit is to dampen, and I'm going to dampen the strings by using this soft part of my hand just across here, and I'm going to rest that quite gently across the strings fairly close to the bridge, so kind of just touching the bridge at the one end and then kind of moving out a little bit of a chevron angle there, and just kind of rest that against it, not too hard, fairly gentle. You can kind of play with the pressure a little bit depending on how much dampening effect you need, of course. So once I've done that, now my strings are dampened, so they've got that dampened sound. They've still got a little bit of ring to them, they're still recognizable as chords, but there's absolutely no long sustained ring to them at all. And the next part is then, well, how am I going to strum if I've got my hand now resting against those strings, because now I can't move my arm up and down to achieve the dampening sound. I've got to keep that in place, and that's where we need now to look at using our fingers to act almost like a paddle, like on the old pinball machine paddle, to move up and down across the strings. So let me just show you that. So I'll rest my hand to give the dampening effect, and now I'm going to just flick my fingers across the strings downwards and then back upwards. So I tend to use, I guess, my first and second finger, a little bit of my third finger. My little finger tends to kind of just be resting out of the sequence totally. You can kind of just see as I'm playing there. So that's it really, that's the technique. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, if you could like my video down below, that would be really great. Even better if you could subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. In between time, enjoy the ukulele.